Welcome back to LearnWire. I've got something really cool to share with you. I actually learned how to do no coding and I built something. I've got about 30 hours into this. The app that I'm going to be showing you is called ClickBait Genius. We're going to go ahead and log in real quick. And I'm going to log into my LearnWire admin account because I've been using this one and it's going to have the most information to show you. I've been probably 25, 30 hours of no coding here to build an app this robust with YouTube APIs, Claude built into it, the user interface, all the tabs and functionality. This would probably take 6 months of development. If you guys are developers, leave a comment below if you kind of as we go through the app, how long this actually would take to build out. But I'm estimating at least 6 months. I worked with developers for 3 months and they couldn't get even close to half of this done on a Pinterest creation app. I wanted to start off with a YouTube app because I do YouTube. I manage multiple YouTube channels. So I wanted to kind of build my dream app, handle the whole process for me. The only thing that this app doesn't do is create videos. It's not a screen recording software. It doesn't record videos, publish your video or anything like that. And it doesn't create thumbnails. Those are like the two things from like the YouTube standpoint that it doesn't do, but it does pretty much everything else. And let me show you. So what you're going to do is you're going to log in. This is what the dashboard looks like. You can see right over here, we have this beta feedback right here. I want to get 50 beta testers. I want to start off with 50. If we need more, we'll add more. So if you're interested in getting 30-day free trial access to this software so you can test it out for yourself, check it out, give it a run, then the first link below will actually take you to, I'm not going to do this like public and let everyone just run, with open doors to the software. It's in beta. It's not ready to launch yet. If you want to be one of the 50 beta testers, I'm going to take the first 50 people that sign up right here. Just go to the first link, put your email address in. I started a new email list that's just going to be for beta testing and so forth. And I'll keep you guys updated along the way with the software. If you're interested in this, that'd be really great. Once you sign up and use the app for a few days, or you feel like you really kind of use the app and you have some feedback for me, then inside the app, you would click on this beta feedback and then you would just go, and it'll take you like 30 seconds to fill this out. And then we'll be able to see what's going on, what you guys think. Okay. Let me walk you through what we got here. I'm going to try to keep it as brief as I can because this isn't going to be a full review. When I launch, I'll make a lot of content on this and stuff. But I just want to show you. So what you'll be able to do is come over here and see your profile, how many days left you have on your trial, what email you signed up with, and what a subscription level you're at, which is pretty basic. It gets really cool here because this is where you're going to drop your link to your YouTube channel that you want to manage. You're going to drop that in right here, and it's actually going to API and connect to your YouTube channel and get some stats and so forth, what's going on. These categories are really cool. You get to control these from the start. I'm designing this with user customization in mind. You get to decide what categories. The way I look at this is like a wheel. Your YouTube channel is the wheel, and each spoke is the types of content that you, so for example, I do tutorials, I do reviews. I'm starting to talk a lot more about no code. If I wanted to add another category, I would just put in here, and let's just say I want to put AppSumo. If I wanted to separate out AppSumo reviews, maybe other product reviews are right here, then AppSumo reviews are right here. We can choose what color we want. So if I want to go with a yellow color, make it like that color right there. And then we're going to add this category. This adds the ability to identify from a category standpoint what types of videos or buckets you would put your videos in. That way later on, I'll show you on the analytics page where we'll be able to look in here and be like, you know what? I'm just getting way more views when I do no code videos. My niche and my audience is loving the no code and the stats are showing that, right? So it's going to be a really cool way when you start right from the get-go using the software like that. It's going to kind of help you steer your channel and start creating content that like your audience likes. And you're going to be able to set your settings down here and add competitors. So add competitor channels. On this like free account, you get 5 competitors. When we go live, the pro plan, you'll get 10 competitors per YouTube account. The next plan up, you'll be able to manage 3 YouTube channels, and then each YouTube channel, I think I'm going to do 20 competitors on that one as well. So what you do is come over here and add these. I just found a YouTube channel to show you kind of, so like I found this like tool finder channel right over here, which is actually pretty cool. I didn't know about it. But you'll just go over here and you'll copy this and go back over to the app. Then you'll drop that link in here, push the plus button, and then we'll add the competitor. It'll say competitor added. So you've got everything all set up. So that's the first place that you want to go. Before you even use the app, you want to set up everything right over here under your settings tab. And then From there, we're ready to rock and roll. What you're going to want to do is go to the title library. I'm just going to work from left to right, even though the analytics page is probably my favorite because it gives analytics and it analyzes your page and stuff. But I'm going to just take it from left to right, the user journey. You first and foremost want to create titles, right? So if I come over here and I just say, I coded an app 10 minutes. If I wanted to create some titles like this, you're going to put in whatever you want, up to 500 characters. You're going to set a target audience. You can have these saved audiences, have AI enthusiasts, ChatGPT. So you're going to actually be able to load those, and you can type these in, comma separated, save those right for later. So you're going to put your audience in here because your audience isn't going to change much. You're probably going to just have a handful of those anyways. Then you're going to come down here and you've got all these different ways that we can create these titles: curiosity, fear, desire, urgency, authority, superlatives, big numbers, dramatic outcomes. And that's kind of what we're going for here. In 10 minutes, I did something. So let's just go with something like that. Then you got your style frameworks over here. And this was a ton of research, finding out what makes YouTube titles click, capturing different ways to create them, capturing the emotion, and the AI is trained depending on what you select here. It's going to go ahead and create titles like that. It already has a base set of instructions, but each time you click on one of these, the combination, the AI gets smarter and changes to that. If we click the reviews comparisons button here, software is going to create at least 5 of those for SEO purposes. It knows that when you're doing a review of something, it wants to you want to rank for search volume on those kind of keywords. And so that's kind of something unique built in as well. So we can come in here and just say like how-to tutorial, listicles, mistakes, all kinds of good stuff. But we're going to go how-to tutorial would fit really well with a software review channel, right? And then we're going to just say generate the 10 titles. We're using Claude in order to do this because that's what I've been using for the last year and a half. 2 years. Claude has been pretty much my large language model go-to. I just like it. I think it writes more human-like and it writes YouTube titles really well. So we've integrated Claude. The cool thing is you don't have to come in here and add your API key. You don't have to even add your YouTube API key. It's all built into the system. So the system is natively AI connected. It's using Claude for everything that it produces, which is cool. So we'll scroll down here and you're going to get all these titles. And what ends up happening is you have the title creation right here. And I've instructed the AI to scan the 10 titles that it created, pick which one it thinks is the best title, which one has the most emotional value, click worthiness, which one's going to get clicked more, right? And so the AI decides for you. You can take it or leave it. That's why there's 10 titles. You can go and check them all out. They're really, really good titles right here. We're going to look at what title it recommended: how to build $1 million app in just 10 minutes, AI revolution, right? And so that's really cool. We could change the AI revolution if we wanted to, or we can copy this and run with it and do whatever we want with it. That's cool. We can regenerate all 10 of these if we wanted to, or we can just save. So we're going to save that title to the library. We'll take a look at all this in a minute, but now I want to show you the competitor genius. Remember those YouTube channels that we added? We have 5 right here. I've added all these. We got this Nick guy over here, and he's doing a lot of automation and no code. So I added that in here. We got that tool finder app we just added. And then we got this other guy. I'm really getting into that, guys. And that's why I've kind of haven't posted this week. It's Wednesday. This is the first video I'm posting this week. This is really important to me. I'm passionate about apps, and I've wanted to build an app, and I've hired developers for years, and I just haven't gotten there. And this app that I've created today, all by myself, has been crazy. Right? I spent the last week doing this. It didn't take 5 minutes to do this. You still have to know how to research and find out how to add APIs and and when it doesn't do it right, then you got to, so there's a lot that goes into it, even with no coding. So I'm getting farther along with doing this, learning how to do it myself, than I am with the traditional route of paying $10,000 or more for a developer, and they, and underperform, right? And they haven't been able to get an actual MVP. You guys are going to ask how I built this app. It's in Base 44. It's actually not a lovable super base app. I went with Base 44 to create this app, which is pretty insane. It does everything and houses everything for your app in one. Really cool. What you're going to do is you can select as many as you want, or you can go in here and select them all. And then say research. The AI is going to go out to every single one of these competitors' channels and go from the most recent videos they've created. We want recent content, recent information. Everything on the app is built for the last 60 days. What's happening right now on YouTube and on your channel. It finds all these videos, right? So we've got the high performing competitor videos. It took all 5 of these, and it's going to find 10 videos. Every video had to have gotten at least 1,000 or more views. Most people on YouTube are not getting 1,000 views. It's literally more than 95% of the actual YouTube crowd of millions of YouTube channels. It's actually harder than you think to get 1,000 views on a video organically. I'm catering more towards the small channels. If you get 1,000 views on your video and you can do that more often and stuff like that, then you're probably going to be making money with YouTube, right? So that's how I know. Like the reason why I think that this tool is going to be great is because I have been doing YouTube full-time for 5 years, managing multiple channels. And so you really want to hit that 1,000 mark, and that 1,000 or more, right? So it's going to search, it's going to ignore videos that didn't get 1,000 views. Obviously, if you have big channels like 213,000, they're going to sneeze at 1,000 views on one video. It's going to take all these videos and put them, in different, it's going to identify it as a hot video, like ridiculous amounts. And the AI does that on its own. But as you scroll down here and you start seeing, we'll scroll all the way to the bottom. All those hot videos getting over 10,000 views are going to, I think, are being labeled as hot video. Now you come down here and you start looking at, okay, 9,000 views. It's not a hot video, but still a lot of views. And it was just published 3 months ago. So you can start seeing what your competitors are actually creating, right? So you can come all the way down here and see you're not going to get any videos that are less than 1,000. So you've got all this information. And when, like 1 day ago, what people are coming out with on your channel or competitors, right? So you got all this information at the click of a button. You can stay up to date with your competitors, what's going on right now, okay? I think I want to build in there like the way to sort this. So we need to build a sorting feature. So if you just wanted to look at the latest videos they pulled, that would be great. I'll add that feature in. But we have 50 videos. So that means that it easily found 10 videos per competitor. So you can come in here and say create similar. You can save this title to the library. I'm going to save this title to the library and leave it like that. 3 most common to-do list apps. Maybe I want this one right over here that he did, and it's actually on base 44. And we're going to go in here and I'm going to create similar. So watch what happens when you create similar. A pop-out comes out and it's only going to take the title and regenerate it by about 10 to 30% each time. So it's going to stick really close to the same title, but we are going to change it a little bit because that's what is recommended. You don't just take a title and use the exact title. You want to just change a couple words or change a little bit. We have all these different ones right over here, and we'll save that to the library as well. So that's how the competitor genius works. That's tied for my favorite and the after effect genius. So you don't want to leave because we still have to go over the title library and analytics. We can go over to the keyword genius. You can look for only long tail keywords. I'm going to go ahead and select that. So long tail keywords, we're going to go with passive income, and then I'm going to go with fetch keywords. It's actually going to scrape YouTube search bar keywords. These are keywords that are actually being searched for. This is more of a strategy of you trying to create content that people are actually actively searching for on YouTube, being the second largest search engine in the world. You can use that and customize your title a little bit, going for some SEO keywords. I recommend as a YouTuber creating some titles, maybe 30 or 40% of your titles should be very search focused. So you're always going to be able to get views and having views. But then because of the way the algorithm is so smart these days, going for those, clickbait titles, the titles are going to perform well and get more clicks because they're really engaging titles, right? And doing more of that is what I would recommend, but a combination of both is great. So you get all these titles right here, and it's going to search and try to find up to 100 keywords right over here, passive income, Etsy, digital products, right? So we can actually save this to library. So I'm going to demonstrate all this for you. We can copy it and save this to a list, right? So we come through here, we start saving some of these to lists, college students, from your phone, stock market, and just keep coming down here. Some of these titles, I don't know how people are actually typing that in, but I'll keep going like that. Okay, cool. So that's how the keyword research tool works. I like this keyword thing. I did some testing. I tried it with 6 and 7 keywords. I think 5 was the best that still provides really good longer tail keywords. So you get the keyword genius, and then this is that keyword list. We can come up over here and you get this little keyword list bucket. Now we can do what we want. Let's say I do something with that and I just want to check mark it off. It's just like a little scratch pad, notepad. You can keep your keywords in. Maybe you copy this and move it over to the keyword library. You can delete these, and if you want to just keep this list as I'm going to also focus on these right over here, you can just use this. It's a little keyword list thing I thought was pretty cool to build in. Maybe I should put a tooltip over here. It's really just for Competitor Genius. We have these tooltips along the way too. You hover over, it tells you exactly what the tool does. Now let's go into the final one, which is probably my favorite, and this is the exact way that I do YouTube. I never know what I'm going to create, right? I might do a review or whatever, but I don't know what to title the video and everything. And so this was created. When I hover over this, I'll show you. It says allows you to create amazing titles based on your YouTube script for people that use Descript or similar tools and have their script but don't know what to title their video. So you're going to click After the Fact Genius, right? I'm going to go and grab a video real quick. Okay, so let's just do it on this, right? Let's say winning ads was my last video. I'm going to do a Control A and copy that, right? So I have the whole transcript, thousands of words. We're going to actually just paste it in here. It's about 4,200 words of your script right here. We could just do the whole thing, but I don't really want people pasting 30,000 words of text in here when it's not necessary. We just want to train the AI. 4,000 words is probably there's less than 10% of scripts that are going to be that long. And then what you're going to do is say over here, you can actually say winning ads review. I want to winning ads and put review over here. These are emphasized boxes where you can control the emphasis of the titles. Now watch what ends up happening. We have our script. We can put in some text there. Both of those boxes are optional, and the AI should be able to figure out what it was about. Now we're going to generate this based on the script and whatever you put in those boxes. And that's why it's called After the Fact. You record your video first, and then we're going to create titles after the fact, right? After you recorded your video. So it's going to create all these titles, 10 titles again. And it's going to pick the best one. So winning ads review, create 100 AI generated ads per month. Good title right there. You can come over here, winning ads review, generate ads fast for testing, customize an ad template. So you got all these right over here. It really is scraping all this information to create these titles, which is super cool. We can also regenerate. So let's just say we want to go with this one right over here, and we just want to, did I save that one? So that one's saved. And then that is how you choose your Genius mode. You choose how you want to create titles. There's something in here for everyone, right? The next thing you want to do is go over to your title library, and this is where you're going to manage these ones with a thumbnail from your competitors. We actually went to YouTube and grabbed content from an actual channel using different techniques to create titles. This one's based on actual real research that one of your competitors actually created this video. So you can actually go download this for reference, send it over to your thumbnail designer, or you can just download it to try to recreate this yourself, right? So you're able to do that. So that's where the thumbnails come in. You're usually able to identify like, oh, that one came from the keyword tool. Now, we have this set to where it will tell us where we created the title. So this one came from Title Genius. This one came from Competitor Genius. It kind of keeps track of Keyword Genius right here, which is super cool because that gives you another piece of information. If you notice a trend in analytics, that every time I use Competitor Genius, I tend to get like 40% more views. So I need to keep copying what my competitors are doing, and you're going to have that data by using this tool. So from the start, you want to line this up. This is where you're going to manage. Let's say you want to do these two videos first, right? You're going to put stars by those, and then you can go over here and just push stars. So these are what's on deck. These are the ones that you need to create first, right? You can sort it by different statuses and categories and all that. You can search because you're going to build up a pretty big database after using the tool for a while. What ends up happening is you want to manage your titles. If we go, and that's a cool feature too. If we just brought this one over here and we didn't recreate it, we can actually come in here and click at any time we want. Just click on here and we can update the keywords or change the title manually if we want to. You're able to, so this is a million automation. So this one in mine would probably fit in like a no code. So we put no code. And then let's say you go and you create this title. You're going to want to go and push published, right? Because if you push published, and then the last thing that I want to do is say that you can also click create similar from here as well on just the ones from Competitor Genius, okay? And then what ends up happening is you're going to go over to the analytics section, and you're going to be able to see how many subscribers you have, total views and videos. I built in this really cool feature right here that is looking at the analytics from your last 60 days on the platform. So any videos that you've published in the last 60 days, how many views they got. This isn't your total. We're not tracking that. Any YouTube tool can do that. You can go to your analytics dashboard. What we're looking at here is videos that you have published in the last 60 days, how many total views they've gotten. And then it tracks the last 30 days. And so what it ends up doing is it gives us this calculation. Over the last 30 days, am I doing better than the last 60 days? And it just basically means that I'm on a 5% growth trajectory this month, that I'm doing 5% better than I was the previous 30 days is essentially what this means. So what ends up happening is you have the category performance, right? So all those categories that we were keeping track of, tutorial, review, and so forth, those will end up showing up right over here. The reason why this isn't updated right here is because you have to publish your video. You have to mark your video as published in title library. And then this is live scraping, your top performing videos the last 60 days. So it's going to find the videos. It's going to automatically refresh. We have a refresh data right there. And it's going to go ahead and scrape this like this. All this came in directly from the YouTube API. So it's actually going to bring in your last videos, right? And so if you can also set this as manual. We come in here, we start selecting, that's a review. Like I do a lot of reviews on this channel, right? So you start going with review here, and then maybe this one is a no code. So I'm going to mark that as no code, right? And we just keep going. Here's a no code app right over here. And then we come back up here, and you'll start seeing the categories start showing up. So we did 3 videos with review. We got 1,900 views. We got 2 no-code videos, 1,000 views. And it will tell you your average based on that. So then you can start getting this data that's quickly at your disposal that you can actually look at and say, well, I get more average views when I publish in this category. So I think that's very helpful data that no other tools are doing. Once it finds your video, it's going to automatically try to match it to your title library. And if it does match, it's going to automatically assign. I can't demo that right now because I haven't actually published a video yet using the tool. When you publish a video and you have a title, it will assign it the tag that is created. This might be a feature we either keep or not keep. Once you use the tool correctly and you use it for some time, you're going to start getting real data right here that says, hey, every time I use Competitor Genius and Keyword Genius, I'm getting the most views from those 2 ways. So I want to focus more time on creating titles from those 2 methods. If you guys made it this far in the video, you're passionate about this kind of stuff too, and I really appreciate you guys. Leave a comment. Do you think this is a cool idea? The creation method part right there. So what it does is you can come over here and you got your top performing videos. It's going to pull out in the last 60 days. This was my top video right here. Almost 5,000 views. That's huge for me. And you can go and create similar titles to that and create another video super fast. So you can always look at your last 60 days and create more titles like that. Everything is on point about writing. You can do that, and then you can come through here and it's going to automatically find videos. Again, it's kind of like coming from a YouTuber's standpoint. When your video pops off, even from a small brand new channel, you can get 1,000 views. That's kind of like the marker for even brand new small YouTube channels. If you get 1,000 views, your video did pretty well. And so you're going to be able to go and create new videos from those. So they automatically go in green. If you get more than 3,000 views, it's like a whole nother bracket of like, whoa, your video did do really well. It highlights in a different color, which is kind of cool. And there's one last thing to show. When you go into the title library and see this button down here, when you create a title like we just did, I'm trying to look for the After the Fact Genius. For whatever reason, I don't think that one actually came through. Let me go back over here real quick. All right, I'm going to run this one again, the After the Fact Genius. It's going to create the titles for us. Okay, cool. I actually lost internet connection. All right, so we're back. The After the Fact Genius, we added some more, and you'll see that there's a green dot right here, and I'll explain that to you in a minute because I've already done that one before. But look here's the winning ads review, right? So let's just say we pick one of these and we want to go and record the video. We already know we have our title right here. And then you would click this generate SEO content. That's saving that entire script in the database in the back end, which is awesome. I don't want to do this for all titles. The only way that we really want to do this is if you actually provide your script, right? You wouldn't want to create all this content based on just one title. The titles aren't going to be, the descriptions and stuff, and they're not going to be that good because we just don't have enough context, okay? So that's why I built this SEO and promotion only for the after the fact function, Genius, right? And so you have this description that's going to be SEO optimized. It's going to have winning ads review in the first sentence. It's going to be very SEO optimized. You can copy this and use it. You're also going to have your suggested tags. It's going to have winning ads tutorial, winning ads review. So really good. Suggested tags, you've got your hashtags, you've got a Twitter post that's going to be boom. I just put Twitter in here because this is kind of my workflow, but of course we can add more stuff in here, Instagram, things like that. but I just put in what I think would be the most common, like go share this. Probably a LinkedIn post would be pretty cool too. I think people would use. I didn't want it to just end up being this content repurposing tool. That's not what this tool is, but I did want to build in a little bit of features, especially for people using this for this type of workflow. Chances are that if you're going to use the after the fact genius mode, you're probably going to be doing that 90% of the time. And so this tool you probably will be using a lot. And then you have your email, right? So it's very well structured and written. You want to promote your video. And this is all based off of me being an affiliate marketer, me being a YouTuber and knowing what works. You want to get people to your video. You don't want to just go and sell them stuff. So you get all this. You can actually come down here and regenerate all this if you want to, or you can save this. Now watch what happens when I push save. You're now going to get SEO content saved. And now when we come through, you're going to get this green dot. So anytime you want to come back to it, you're going to already have this ready to go. So that is super cool. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, you guys could give me some feedback right now. I just walked you through the app. You guys can leave comments at what you think. Is there, you know, first of all, is there way too much going on with this? This is probably way further past than what some people would release their MVP with. When I first started the app, it was just going to be title generator, title genius, create those. And then you have a basic title library here and some basic analytics launch. But I'm not going to launch something basic and ask people to pay for it. It's got to be solve problems. It's got to do research. It's got to be connected to YouTube API. It's got to be able to do keyword research. It's got to be able to do a lot of stuff, right? And so I think it has a unique YouTube business management workflow to it where you could create all your titles, create your descriptions, get analytics, know what's working for your channel, research competitors, and do all that in a unique way. You can add your own title, add the category and everything right here as well. And if you add a title, this method here, let's just say AppSumo, not published, save, it's going to actually add it as a manual. And that's going to look like, let me see right over here. And I'm going to go ahead and add this to where I'm going to need to add a date title so we can sort this by the latest ones that you added. I think that would be pretty cool. But you can see right over here, I just added this one and it says manually added, right? So when you go and publish these and push the publish button and then you actually go and publish it on YouTube, it's going to scrape, match it up to this, and then it's going to pull this tag. It's going to pull these tags, and that's where on the analytics page, stuff's going to start showing up right here as you use the tool. You're going to be able to know what is actually working well in the system and what types of videos and categories are working well on your YouTube channels. Let me know what you think. Go and sign up, first link below, become one of the first 50 beta testers. I'm going to get this thing even smoother than it already is. Maybe we need to dumb it down. I would love to hear what the user journey is always important to me. And so I want to get that feedback from you guys so I can make this the best app that I can before I actually launch it. So thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate you guys. Go sign up and I'll see you in the next video.